Hey, I'm AJ.
And I'm Jeremy, and we're from Lit.
You're watching New Music Director. Your artist, your music, your link.
I think Alan's everywhere on this album. He's sort of the guy pushing us back into the game, into the fire. He's the one kicking us in the ass when we're getting lazy. Alan's spirit was so powerful, like anybody that knew him. That just doesn't go away. It's in my guitar tone. It's in AJ's when he's jumping off of something. Alan's spirit is still, there with us all the time.
And I think it was Al too, that just being with him through his final days, he definitely gave us that nod, like the green line, like keep doing it.
It's the kind of guy that Al was, that his last night, we all kind of knew that it was, was getting pretty close. It was probably going to be that night. And so we all were on our way there with him and to be with him. And one of our favorite records when we were growing up was Operation Mindcrime, Queensryche. And I was listening to XM radio and one of the songs from Mindcrime came on. And Al used to wear that shirt all the time back in the day.
Yeah.
When I got to see him, he was kind of out of it, but I'm like, hey man, dude, guess what song just came out on the radio? And he kind of looked up at me, I'm all Operation Mindcrime, and he was like, he did like the thumbs up and kind of grinned. He was like, awesome. And that's how that was Al, because he just thought that was badass. When we were kids, we were such hardcore fans, and we would go to concerts all the time, but we would be in the nosebleed seats. We'd be spending half of the opening band set trying to sneak down levels just to get as close as we could, but the whole idea of being able to be somewhere back in that world back there was always just fascinating to us. And now we'll sit around sometimes going, man, I kind of miss being out there.
Totally.
Just because you just want to go watch a show from the seats and go get a cold beer. I think we were in Atlanta, and there was a couple of fans that they came on the bus. It was pretty close to showtime, so they ended up walking with us to the stage. And we get the word, 5 minutes, it's time to walk. So some of the guys are putting their in-ear monitors in, and everyone's kind of strapping up, and we get up, grab my cocktail, and off we start walking, and these fans were walking with us. And our tour manager said, you guys can either watch from the side of the stage or you can go out to your seats or whatever. And they were just like, wow, we didn't even know that was an option. And then as we get closer, then our guitar techs come out, they hand us our guitars, we're putting them on. And it's kind of that moment, and everyone's, doing the knuckles. And at one point, this guy turns around and looks at his wife, and he's like, this is crazy. And I didn't say it back to him because we were getting ready to go out there, but I thought to myself, right at that moment, I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
So the days of $300,000 videos are over. But it's nice to look back at how they look like movies, and it's just a blast to me because we just got to act like a bunch of idiots for 3 days.
It's kind of like looking back at your prom picture in a way. I mean, you're proud of it and it's awesome, but you're looking back and like, oh man, what was I wearing? What was I thinking? When we wrote Same Different Drink, AJ and I were in Venice Beach with Butch Walker just talking about what we wanted to write that day. Butch Walker came up with the title. He kind of encouraged us to go there and make reference to Enemy and some of the older ideas that people might have about Lit. Let's just go there. It's been long enough. It's not like we were trying to recapture our last hit single. It was more like, yeah, we're those guys.
We've always just hopped on the Lit train and just sort of rode it wherever it's going to take us. I mean, we're excited to be playing new music and to be on the road. I like to know where we're heading sometimes, but it just when you're just getting on stage every night, it doesn't really matter. The fans are coming out, and that's why we're doing it.
Lit isn't what we do, it's who we are.
John Bonham on drums, Elvis Costello on vocal,
Stevie Ray Vaughan on guitar, and you might have to just put John Paul Jones in there too. I don't know what's left out there that I haven't drunk tweeted or posted on something.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
I don't know. I don't think there's really anything. Would love for our grandfather to be able to see us play again. He was a huge inspiration to us. Well, our grandmother lives in Atlanta, and she comes out anytime we're anywhere near there. And we played a small club called Smith's Old Bar. She was front row, rocking out.
Mind you, she's supposed to have a stent put in her heart, and they won't put her under because she doesn't have a strong enough heart. But she's front row at a rock show.
And hitting the bottle of Jaeger with
Doing
us.
shots of Jaeger.
AJ pulled her up on stage.
Amazing, yeah.
During My Worst Enemy, and she's out of control.
Sweetest reunion ever. When I think of heaven, I think of this place where you sort of are reunited with all that's lost.
I agree with AJ. I think that's a very cool way of putting that. Heaven. My idea of heaven on a Sunday would be hanging out at the house and the pool heated up a little bit and barbecuing and having a few close friends and the dogs running around and the kids, that kind of thing, that vibe.
Family.
Coffee. Watch my kid grow up.
See my kid grow up, my grandchildren live a long, healthy life before I die. I'm AJ.
And I'm Jeremy.
And we're lit.
And we're your new music director. Your artists, your music, your link.